Hello, this is Daniel Hill, and this is my homework assignment 2. What it does is it is a change distributor. I input a change amount. I've got instructions here to limit to 5 digits past the decimal, and I've got a calculate button and an empty list box here. So let me show you how it works. Let me try 14,728 and 64 cents. I'll click the button. And what it does is it shows me the minimum amount of bills and coins that I need to have to dispense the exact amount. So I need two 5,000, four 1,000, one 500, two 100, one 20, one 5, three ones, one 50-cent coin, one 10-cent coin, and four 1-cent coins. It also displays the total number of bills and coins dispensed, and the total amount dispensed should match the input here. Now I've got it to handle some exceptions. If I try to input past 5 digits past the decimal, I get an error message that says please limit your input to 5 digits past the decimal place, and it will close. And I can rerun it. I can also input 0, and it says please input a number greater than 0. I did try to have it handle a blank, but even when I have this set to not break when an exception of this type is thrown, it still breaks. That is an error that I've run into with past assignments. But beyond that, I guess let me show you how it works. I've got some class variables here. These are the counters for each number or each value of bill and coin. And also I've got a change amount here. That is what the text input box is set to. I'll show you that later on. When it loads, I have it set to have the input be blank. And this is the event handler for when you click the calculate button. First thing it does is clear the list box, then it sets all the counters to 0 and the change amount to 0. After it's done that, it changes the input amount uh, and it converts it from a decimal and sets it to this class variable change amount. After that, it does some input validation as you saw, and it closes out if any of the conditions are met, and then it calls the sub procedure to calculate the change. And here's that sub procedure. I've got two variables here, a running total as a decimal and a counter total as a decimal. This counter total and the counters themselves could have been integers, but having them as decimals reduce the number of errors and things that the Visual Studio didn't like, so it's alright to leave them as decimals. Um, so I actually tried a different method and it didn't work, but this is what I got to work. I've got a large amount of do while loops, and what each one does is it pulls that change amount and tries to divide it by the value of that bill. If it can do it, then it will subtract 500 from the total that we inputted, and it will add 1 to the counter for that bill. And it will keep trying to do that until it can't be divided, and then it moves on to the next lower bill. And it will do that all the way down to pennies. And here is where I got it to add each one of those counters to the list box, and also add up the running total. Each one of these sees if the bill counter is 0, and if it isn't, then it adds that bill counter to the list box with a description of what bill it is or coin it is. I've got that for each one of these counters for the coins and the bills. Then I've got the counter total, which adds all the counters to one total. This is what shows the amount of the total bills and coins dispensed. And here's the total amount dispensed, which is that running total variable. Let me show you one more time how it works. Let me put in $63.14. Got one $50 bill, one $10 bill, three $1 bills, one 10-cent coin, and four 1-cent coins. As you can see, it doesn't include bills that aren't used, like the $20 bill, $5 bill, etc. And these totals are all lining up. So that was everything. Thank you.